Sorry. Here we go. All right. Oh, we're already live? Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
Great, great, great.
it's already recording.
Cool.
Huzzah.
What's up, everyone, and welcome once again to the Agents of Helm, the show that gives you all the nerd porn you need without the messy cleanup at the end. So put your tube socks back in the drawer and the Jergens back on the shelf. This show will satisfy your funny bones. Take your boner somewhere else. As a finisher to the trilogy of life started by Johanna with her Death and Afterlife episodes, we're going to bring you back from the depths of Hades. That's right, let's resurrect this bitch. I'm Malik, and I'll be leading the journey to new beginnings. And along for the ride, I have all my fellow agents. Joe,
What's up, people?
Lorenzo,
What's going on? Hold on, wait. There's a bit of an echo.
there is a little bit of an echo.
I don't know if everybody can turn down their volumes. And I don't know if we need to mute mics or what.
Well, let's do a test. Can you hear an echo now?
Say again?
Can you hear an echo now?
No.
No,
I
I
turned
don't
down
hear
my
it.
mic a lot too.
Yeah, I don't hear anything. Do you guys hear anything when I talk?
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. So I'm going to start over at I'm Malik. All right, let me just do. All right. I'm Malik, and I'll be leading the journey to new beginnings. And along for the ride, I have all my fellow agents. Joe,
What's up, people?
Lorenzo,
What up, Malik?
what's going on? McKenna,
Hello.
and last but not least, beautiful Johanna.
Let's wrap this mummy and make it dance.
That's right. All right, agents, you guys got the agenda. We're going to kick it off with a quick icebreaker. So I want you to imagine something. You're the head of a new television channel that's hell-bent on bringing back shows from the land of the scrap heap and putting a new spin on old classics. So in the fashion of CBS's most recent 2015 remake of The Odd Couple, I want you to resurrect a classic show and recast it with actors and actresses from today. There's only two rules, though. The show has to have been off the air for at least a decade, so nothing that's been removed recently. And the show cannot be one that is currently in regular syndication. And Nick at Night does not count as regular syndication. And this is specific. This is the Joe rule because I knew he was going to go with Seinfeld, and I didn't want him to recast Seinfeld. Okay?
I wasn't gonna go. That's not even the.
I
That's
just
not the show I want to remake.
I just kind of assumed you would. All right.
Nope.
So as we always do, I want to go ladies first. We will start with you, Johanna.
Great. So the show that I would love to resurrect, I've wanted to resurrect it since the cliffhanger first episode, like the last episode of the first season, where like you don't find out what happens because they just stop the show, is My So-Called Life. Anyone see My So-Called Life?
Yes.
With Claire Danes.
Yeah,
Claire Danes.
I'm vaguely familiar with it.
So it's basically about like the teenage life of this kind of depressed teenager, and it was like one of the first really realistic, quote unquote, realistic teen dramas. You know, she had a friend who was an alcoholic, another friend who was like a closeted gay guy. I think he was openly gay towards the end, and a boyfriend who couldn't read. So I really would like that to come back. I thought it was great. Also, it had Jared Leto in it as Jordan Catalano, the cutest TV high schooler ever. So who would I cast? So I think for Angela, I think Chloe Moritz would probably do a really good job as the emo teenager. Jordan Catalano, I really think that Jared Leto could still play an 18-year-old. So he will play Jordan Catalano.
He's really versatile. I wouldn't be surprised.
He does not age. His hair looks like he puts Crisco in it every morning, but he doesn't age. So Rayanne, the alcoholic, bisexual, crazy one, would be played by Miley Cyrus, obvi. Ricky, who is he says he's bisexual and then he comes out as gay. Friend would be played by Adam Lambert. Brian Krakow, who is secretly in love with Angela and helps Jordan write like love letters to her, would be played from the idiot from Fault in Our Stars. He was in some other movie. I don't remember. He has a little mole. And the mom would be played by Claire Danes, because why not? But I would say Claire Danes as her character, Carrie Matheson. And then the dad would be played by Brody. Because why not?
Because we got to bring them back together, right?
You got to bring them back together, and this could be kind of like a Homeland, My So-Called Life crossover, terrorists, Jared Leto. Like, let's do this thing.
Sounds like Girl Meets World.
It really does. But you know what? Hey, it's your show. You run with it.
It's edgy, though. Girl Meets World isn't edgy. It has a laugh track.
But nothing with a laugh track can be edgy. Hey, there were some episodes of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air that I still say to this day are really edgy. They really
No.
They hit on some serious topics.
Yeah, but we're not talking Fresh Prince. We're talking about fucking Girl Meets World. Like, come on now. Come on now.
Look, Corey and Topanga have some real shit going on now. Don't be look.
Really?
They got some real shit going on. You don't know about that.
Hey, when Topanga cut her hair out of love for Corey, that was some real shit. Come on, you can't discredit that. That was a solid episode.
So while we try to make some sense out of Boy Meets World and whether or not it's important or not, McKenna, let's go to you.
So I went way back with mine. When I was a little kid, and still to this day, my favorite TV show is I Love Lucy. I absolutely love that show, and I was Lucy for Halloween when I was like 6 or 7 years old. So I would love to see I Love Lucy back on, or like the whole premise of I Love Lucy. And I think that for the cast for the new age, I think that Amy Pollard as Lucille Ball, or Lucille McGillicuddy,
Yes.
would be great. And then I would love, okay, so for Ricky, I'm actually torn. I'm torn between from
Jimmy
that
Smith?
no. I did think of him though. No, that 70s show, Wilmer.
Wilma Valderrama?
Yes, either him or oh god, I just forgot his name. Who's the other really from Saved by the Bell?
Oh, Mario Lopez.
Mario Lopez, yes. So
Ricky?
either one of them for Ricky.
Oh my god, you're just describing like the worst idea.
Shut up! I think it would be great. And then for Fred, Fred and Ethel, Fred would be Offerman. What's his first name?
Nick?
Nick
Are you
Offerman.
just bringing all the Parks and Rec
No.
I love Parks and Rec.
He would be hilarious as Fred, the grouchy old man who lives downstairs but still gets into hilarious situations. And then I'm torn for Ethel too. I think Ethel should either be well, no, I think I've decided. I think Ethel should be Melissa McCarthy. Because I could see Melissa McCarthy and Amy Pollard getting into some hilarious situations. And I could see Nick Offerman and Mario Lopez or Wilmer, whatever, getting into hilarious situations also. So that would be my ideal. Oh, and they would all live in Williamsburg. They wouldn't live in Manhattan. They'd all live in
McKenna,
Williamsburg.
your answer is wrong. Just so you,
What?
Well,
we should move on.
the only thing I would say from McKenna would be if you're following the same premise, then your Ricky has to be able to sing. Because he does
That's
sing
true.
on the show, right? So,
Well,
but I don't.
Arnaz couldn't really sing.
Well,
Sure he could.
Desi was a great singer.
Hey, if that's why you guys don't like my Rickies, then okay, I'll think about it some more. But I think that I did a great job,
No,
and as a true fan, I think that is totally a show that
If you were
I
a
think
true
that
fan, you wouldn't be
2015 would
that
watch.
No, I think, look, people are fans of Amy Poehler, people are fans of Melissa McCarthy, so I think the two of them would drive the show.
Lucy and Ethel?
Yeah, Lucy
Well,
and Ethel would
well,
drive the
they
show.
drove the show originally.
Yeah. So
It's called I Love Lucy for a reason. Lucille Ball. You can't replace Lucille Ball with anyone.
I didn't say anything about replacing her. We're talking about resurrecting the show.
All right, let's move on.
Well, Lorenzo, let's see if
Nicole
you can.
admiring Amy.
Wow, Lorenzo.
Admiring Amy.
I'm
Well,
offended.
Look, Lorenzo had some negative things to say about yours, McKenna. Let's see if he can do any better.
Okay, so I was thinking, as far as like kind of a fun thing to do with time and space and everything, it'd be great to do Quantum Leap. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that show. Quantum Leap is the premise behind it is that the main character can travel through time, but he's limited to his own lifetime. So in that show, he could go back to the 60s, the 70s, maybe the 50s. I don't remember.
He used to go all over the place. Yeah.
No, but not any further back than like late 50s or early 60s, and because that was when he was born. And so it would be fun to do it now because then like us fans of the show, then he would be traveling through our childhood. So he would be in like traveling through the 80s and the 70s and the 90s, the Clinton administration. And so I thought it might be fun. It would have some appeal to the fans of the original show. As far as who would play who, I think that as far as I think his name is Sam, the time traveling guy who's stuck in the past trying to fix the wrongs of history. I was thinking that maybe that guy Nikolaj, I don't know, he's got a weird name, Coster Waldo, the guy from Jamie Lannister. I thought he might make a good Sam.
He looks the part.
Yeah, and then what's really funny, Malik, is that in your agenda you gave the example, or you just did it too, right now. You gave the example of The Odd Couple, which to me sounded like a horrible idea, and so I did not know anything about that show until you mentioned it, and totally coincidentally, I was thinking for it's not Al. I was thinking for Al that it would be great to get Wendell Pierce, Bunk from The Wire, and then I saw that he is in the new Odd Couple, and I was like, whoa, what a coincidence! I had no idea. So yeah, I thought Bunk would be great as Al. Al is like the wisecracking kind of goofy watcher, overseer. Well, overseer is not a good word. Watcher or observer. I think he's called the Observer, who kind of helps and guides Sam as he's making his way through the past. So yeah, that'd be my suggestion. Quantum Leap.
I do love Quantum Leap. It was a great show. I really enjoyed it.
But it's not like a sacred classic.
It's not something where you can't remake it and people won't. Or you can just rename it, like make it the same show, rename it to something completely different, and people would be like, "Oh, this reminds me of Quantum Leap," but only real Quantum Leap heads would may have any issues with it. But no, that's a good one. That's definitely a good one. Joe, what about you?
All right, the show I want to remake is probably a show none of you have ever seen, so I wouldn't consider it a classic TV show, but I loved it back in the 80s. It was a show called Wise Guy with Ken Wall, where he was a cop, undercover cop.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
show.
And he would go, he would infiltrate like crime organizations, and then he'd like tear it up from the inside and arrest the bad guy at the end of the season. So I really loved that show when I was growing up, or back then I really loved it, and I was always upset that they never like because it kind of ended abruptly after like 4 or 5 seasons, and they tried to bring it back as a made-for-TV movie and stuff, which kind of sucked. But I always wanted them to redo it, and if it does get redone, I would like it to be on HBO or something like that, because I would want it to have that Sopranos type of feel. But I would change the cast a little bit, right? Obviously, have the new cast, and I did this unconsciously. I ended up selecting an all Puerto Rican cast.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
I was like, wow. Started looking at the names. I was like, oh man, look at that. So, as the villain, I selected Benicio del Toro. Would be the villain. He'd be obviously the head of whatever crime syndicate, whatever that our hero is going to bring down. For the hero, I selected Ramon Rodriguez, the guy from Gang Related, the summer series that's now been canceled.
Trying to resurrect that guy's career.
Yeah. So get him back there, resurrected. That's right. And then I picked somebody with the same namesake. I picked Isai Morales to play the handler, the aged veteran who now is the handler who coaches and guides our hero through his assignments. So bring back Wise Guy, CBS. It was a great show. So.
All right. That's good. That's good. I mean, hey, it's your choice, whatever you wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
So our next section is called Life After Death, sort of. So a lot of artists of all genres. We've had music, movies, television actors. They've all enjoyed resurrections of their careers and previous artworks years and years and years after they've died. Be it Tupac or Elvis, let's talk about some of the people who've enjoyed that artistic resurrection long after they've been dead and gone. So I didn't give you guys any kind of free work, or I didn't give you guys any names. I just kind of wanted to throw it to you guys and let you kind of go with it. We'll go in reverse order this time. Joe, we'll start with you.
The first thing that comes to mind is Michael Jackson, obviously, because he just had that hit, and doing some research, I looked it up, and he's made over $140 million, or his estate. Last year.
Since death?
No, last year.
Wow.
Just in 2014.
Just 2014.
God.
140 million.
Who does that money go to? That money goes to the kids?
Prince. Doesn't it go to little Prince and Lisa and wasn't her name Lisa? Paris? The kids.
I have no idea. He made a ton of money last year with the what was that song? And I like the song too. Love Never Felt So Good, right?
Yeah.
So off the Dreamscape album.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I don't think there were any of the songs that made it big off that album, but I guess they only needed one. So, yeah, I mean, he made a ton of money last year, and the other person you listed here, Elvis, made the second most of dead musicians. So, yeah, I mean, these guys keep making millions of dollars. I don't even think Michael was making that much towards the end of his life. Was making nearly that much because he was always like selling everything off.
He had the lawyer bills.
Yeah, he had the lawsuits and all that stuff. So yeah, I mean, Michael Jackson is the first one that comes to my mind as far as artists that are still turning out stuff and making tons of money.
Didn't he own the Beatles? He owned the Beatles catalog. Well, how much is that worth?
I don't know. He bought that back in the 80s. I don't know if he sold it off. I don't know what happened with that.
I mean,
I'm sure it was worth a pretty penny.
He was in rather dire straits. I wouldn't be surprised if he sold part of it.
Wait, when you say dire straits, you mean like OJ?
Rich people die.
Like OJ?
I'm not talking about like OJ.
Okay, because that's dire.
OJ.
You're talking rich people dire straits. Like I only have like a few million in the bank.
Okay, I mean in terms of like revenue stream, but also I mean he was about to lose Neverland, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mean like on.
I don't even think he lived on Neverland. He wasn't even living there anymore when he passed, I believe, right?
He was living in Bahrain or Qatar or like another country in that isthmus. I think it's an isthmus.
But like these other guys, like Tupac and Biggie wasn't even on the list, obviously. Tupac and Jimi Hendrix, Frank Sinatra, those guys are still making money, but not nearly as much as Michael Jackson.
Well, Lorenzo, I hope Joe didn't take one of your people.
Um, well, no, I was thinking. I guess I was going a little bit further back. I was thinking of Robert Johnson. I was always kind of interested in his story. He was an old blues performer. Um, he's kind of famous because he supposedly made a deal with the devil. So like there was that Ralph Macchio, that Ralph Macchio movie,
Yes.
Crossroads, that sort of plays on that idea. He was supposed to have not been like the greatest guitar player ever, but then he went away and he came back and he was like the best. But he ended up dying. I think he was in his late 20s. Like, yeah, he was 27. So he died in 1938, and it wasn't until after he died that he became like really popular. And so now like a lot of his songs have become blues standards, I guess. Um, yeah, so that was who came to my mind. Um, Hopefully he didn't make a deal with the devil. Um,
Well, if he
because that
did,
kind of
then
sucks. That's just like the devil, right? Like you make a deal with him, and it's like, yeah, you get to be a famous musician, but then, ha ha ha, you got to die first. That's not cool. Also, he did a lot of his recording in San Antonio, which is my hometown. Um, yeah, and other guys like Muddy Waters um, have recorded his songs. He was a big influence for the Rolling Stones and Eric Clapton. Yeah, so that's who came to my mind.
cool. Okay, McKenna, what about you?
Um, so I don't know about in terms of like dollars after passing, but in terms of like, I guess passing on the legacy to like the next generations, I immediately thought of Freddie Mercury and Queen. That was like immediately where
Yes.
my
Nice,
mind went
nice,
to.
nice. Yeah.
Because
Yes.
Freddie Mercury is still just his voice and his music and his collaborations is just something that I'm really inspired by still. And I have a funny story about Pat. Like I was a nanny one summer, oh God, 4 or 5 years ago, and I had taken the kids on a day trip somewhere, and they were like 6, 7, and 10, or 12, and I had put on the Queen's Greatest Hits album, and I was like singing with them. I was like teaching them all the words, and I was teaching them all the words to Bohemian Rhapsody because I had that on another CD, and they thought it was so funny and they liked it. And we got back to the house, and they were singing. They were going like, "Mamma mia, mamma mia!" They were like singing all the words, and their dad came in and was like, "Are you guys singing Bohemian Rhapsody?" And they were like, "Yeah, yeah." They called it the Galileo song. That's just what they called it. And he turned to me and he goes, "Are you teaching my kids Queen?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Oh, I knew I hired you for a reason." Like he was so stoked on it. So I love Freddie Mercury and I love Queen, and I think that they have a big influence. I mean, it's like even if you don't know their story or know his story, if you've seen, just about any movie, especially Wayne's World, made in the last 20 or 30 years, there's a reference or some form of that song or one of their songs somewhere. So I love Freddie Mercury and Queen. And the other person, just as we were talking, that just kind of came to mind as like an honorable mention in terms of having some sort of a career or some kind of fame after their passing, Heath Ledger won an Academy Award right after he passed for The Joke for the Dark Knight. And
Yep.
I think that he's somebody that is, well, I don't know if I would put, I feel weird saying this, but I would say that he's kind of like the new millennium Oh my
James
God.
Dean?
James Dean, thank you. You know, in terms of people are gonna look back at him and say, you know, and wonder, or the River Phoenix, you know, what could they have done, and what more would we have gotten to see? But then again, you also have to ask the question, you know, did they pass at the height, which is just a sad thing to ask, but that's another person who, for me, I think will kind of transcend generations to come. So those were the two that came to mind.
Hey, McKenna, how
Yeah.
old were those kids that you were playing that song for?
One was 6, one was 8, I think, and one was 12.
Uh, Nice song
Why?
to start them out with. The Mama I Just
Hey,
Killed a Man.
hey, I heard that song. The first time I heard that song, I was 10 years old, man, and I will never forget hearing that song for the first time. And I asked my dad, I went actually up to my dad because a friend of mine had played it for me, and I was like, Dad, do you know this song called Bohemian Rhapsody? And he was like, Yeah, of course I know that song. I was like, It's so funny because, you know, it had all the different, like, voices and stuff. And he was like, That song's not funny. And I was like, what? I thought it was funny. And he was like, it's about a guy who killed a man. And I was like, oh, like I felt so bad.
It's just
But
ways of singing songs. Singing songs a certain way you can sing about really really bad shit and make it sound amazing and make it sound great. Sounds
all of their
awesome.
songs, Fat Bottom Girls, come on, that's it's
Oh
so
man,
bad, but it's
I love
so
Fat Bottom
great.
Girls.
It's oh my God, I love it. So
Speaking of that, though,
yeah.
Johnny Cash definitely is
Mm.
on that same vein of singing about horrible things but making it sound so good.
So yeah, those are my two legends who I hope to pass on.
Cool, Johanna. Last but not least.
Awesome sauce. I definitely, I guess, like, also just in terms of, like, presence and, like, part of, like, this legend is River Phoenix.
Hmm.
He was an actor. He was in a couple of things. He was very talented, but by dying at his age, first of all, he died in the Viper Room where, like, all of these celebrities were
Died right
at. So,
outside the
I
Viper
mean,
Room. Right?
yeah, like apparently he got, according to the totally reliable, like crappy fake documentary I saw, he was upset because he was supposed to play with Flea. That's the other thing, he was supposed to play with Flea, and Johnny Depp was there, and Samantha Mathis was his girlfriend, and anyway, I think that like attracts people to his story. The fact that he died ridiculously young, just like the influence he's had on people. Like, I don't want to sound like a jackhole, but if he'd been alive, I think he would have been like an established actor, right? Like he might have won awards, etc. But I can't imagine like so many artists have written songs about him or have created artwork about him. Like Jeff Buckley. I think Jeff Buckley had a song about him, and then of course he drowned. Rufus Wainwright, the Red Hot Chili Peppers. It's like almost every single person who was of the age to be affected by that, has written a song about him or made a movie about him. And that's such a huge influence on people from this guy who'd made like 3 or 4 movies. And people still talk about him, they write about him, you know. Yeah, so I definitely thought of Joaquin, of River Phoenix, in terms
Hmm.
of someone who like is still very much alive, even though they're dead.
Yeah, I actually thought of when I typed this up for you guys to think through. I actually thought about I actually thought about my the one person that nobody mentioned that I wanted to bring up was Kurt Cobain. Uh, Kurt Cobain,
Uh-huh.
like I can't say that I am or ever was a huge fan of rock, but I was a freaking huge fan of Nirvana, and it really really hurt when I found out that Kurt Cobain had died, and then how it happened just kind of really messed me up too. But yeah, like Nirvana, you can hear in a lot of rock bands that came after them how much of an influence they and their music had on just kind of the subsequent bands that have come out. And just the fact that he wasn't around for very long, and he still him and the rest of the his bandmates in Nirvana were elected to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So that just goes to show how important he was to the genre and to music and to the culture in general. Smells Like Teen Spirit is still one of my favorite songs ever, by the way.
That's a great song.
All right.
I just want to add one more person.
Yeah, go ahead.
I can't believe I didn't use this one, but Bruce Lee, my man. Bruce Lee.
Good Lord, I'm surprised you didn't.
Yeah, I'm sure. I was like, how can I not say Bruce? Bruce is the man. He's still the man. The father of MMA. That's it. He's the man.
No, he
and he's still worshipped to this day.
Yeah, and so everybody says like no. If he was still alive, the whole kung fu movie genre would be so much bigger than it is. I mean, it's huge, but it would even be bigger.
Yeah.
If he was still alive.
Yeah. The father of the modern martial arts film. Yeah.
Great.
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so I wanted to do a quick, I'll jump into a quick quiz for you guys. Now, I know Lorenzo hates quizzes because he never gets them right, so what I'm going to do this time is I'm actually going to do guys versus girls. So, Lorenzo, you will be on the team with Joe, and Johanna and McKenna, you guys will team together.
Johanna, I'm so sorry. You're going to have to carry us. I was, like, looking over this, and I was like, I'm not going to have a fucking clue.
McKenna.
I'm so sorry.
McKenna, put your fucking game face on.
All right.
Stop crying like a girl. We're going to do this.
This is awesome. Okay, so this is how we're going to do it. There are more than a few pop culture players, actors, actresses, musicians, etc., in need of a career resurrection. Their careers are in different varying levels of either been still around and they just kind of exist, but we don't really care about them, to they're trying to make that comeback and it just hasn't happened as of yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to describe these men and women, and you will guess who I'm talking about. I will use some references from things that they've done in the past to talk about them, and then using those clues, you'll figure it out. You'll get 10 seconds to figure it out. Talk amongst your teammates, and if you don't get it right, or if you pass, the other team gets an opportunity to steal. So, ladies first. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes. Okay, so you're going to give a description?
I'm going to give a description. I'm going to give a description in as if they're speaking about themselves.
Okay.
So yeah, just listen to it. And here's the thing. Listen to the entire thing, and if you need me to reread it, I will definitely reread it for you as fast as I can. But we'll do the entire thing before you guess. All right. So nobody is above the law. And even though I was proven hard to kill in the 80s and 90s, my career, much like my signature look, was half past dead by 2002. So I listened to the fire down below and made an executive decision to become a real-life pig in the Big Easy. That didn't really work out, so I headed up an undercover unit in Seattle, meeting out true justice. Who am I?
Blake, why would you give me this one?
Actually,
Just pass, Johanna.
No,
Pass.
this one was pretty easy.
Hard
Just
to
pass.
kill in the 80s. Joe, stop hackling.
I'm not. I didn't say anything. I'm not cackling.
Undercover unit in Seattle? I have no fucking idea.
Just pass.
All right, 10 seconds.
Johanna.
I'm sorry.
Five,
I'm sorry. I've let us down,
4,
McKenna.
3, 2, 1. Guys, do you know?
Can we steal? Yeah, Steven Seagal. Let's go.
Steven Seagal is correct.
God.
Steven
So
Seagal
we get to go again?
Yep, you're gonna go again. So Steven
How am I
Seagal.
supposed to know that?
Hard to kill.
Hard
Hard
to
to
kill. That was the
kill.
giveaway right there.
I've never seen a
Executive
Steven
decision. That was the
Seagal.
next giveaway.
I've
Down
never
below, there was another giveaway.
Seen... Oh, it was to you, maybe.
It's like Jeopardy. Sucks. I'm so bad at Jeopardy.
All right. So
Oh.
Joe and Lorenzo, let's see if I can grab you guys one that may be a little bit difficult for you, since the girls said that I really hurt them. All right. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna pick this one. All right, I tell you, reality bites. One day you're the object of everyone's affection, the next you're the butt of their jokes. I made Tom fall for me. Everybody loved it when I added a little weight and moved to London. Heck, I was even the cute when people cheered for as a damn fish. It's cold in Chicago, but it's also cold on the mountaintop I stood on. Case 39 was actually my 37th credit, and after a few years off, I'm the same kind of different me. Coming soon. Who am I?
Winona Ryder?
No. Girls, would you like to steal?
I think I might know who it is.
Go.
Oh my god, if I could only fucking remember his name. Was he in Boyhood? What's his name? He was
No, I
also
don't
in
think
Reality
it-
Bites. He was
Wait,
in Reality
wait.
Bites and Boyhood.
I might have it.
Ethan Hawke.
Oh,
Would you like me to reread it for you for the
yeah.
ladies?
could
Give
you
him
read
answers,
it?
Lorenzo.
I'm not. Okay. I tell you, reality bites. One day you're the object of everyone's affection, the next you're the butt of their jokes. I made Tom fall for me. Everybody loved it when I added a little weight and moved to London. Heck, I was even the cute one people cheered for as a damn fish. It's cold in Chicago, but it's also cold on the mountaintop. Case 39 was actually my 37th credit, and after a few years, I'm the same kind of different me. Coming soon. Who am I?
I don't think she was in Reality Bites, but she's the only one who makes sense. Renee Zellweger?
You are correct.
Woo!
Renee Zellweger.
She was in She was in Reality Bites.
Yeah, she's at the very beginning. Ethan Hawke kisses her, and like she's an extra. He like slept with her, and he leaves.
Oh my God! You took an extra.
That was awesome.
I also
Put on
did
some weight
mention
and
put on some weight and moved to London. That was Bridget
Yeah.
Jones.
Yeah.
Tom fell for her. That was
Yeah, I got stuck
yeah.
on Reality Bites.
Top Gun. Case 39, which was a recent movie that she made, and then Cold Mountain and Chicago.
Yeah, when you
Nice.
say Reality Bites, I'm
That
thinking
was
Winona
awesome.
Ryder, Ben Stiller, or Ethan Hawke. Those are the only three names
Yeah,
that came to my
that's
mind.
where I was too, Joe.
All right, ladies, you ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Here comes Iceman. No, not that rat-faced kid who was in love with Rogue, but I was kind of a kid when I was flying high.
I know.
brought back the dock,
I
and
got
I was one of the 5 to don the cape. And I sure brought the heat with Bobby and Al. Yeah, those were the days. I'm keeping busy, gone a few jean sizes up, and I made sure not to hassle the Hoff when I voiced his favorite black Camaro. What's my name?
I don't think I
you
know
know
who
it?
it is.
You think?
Wait, who do you think it is?
I think it's Val Kilmer.
Yeah, it's Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer.
All right, Val Kilmer is the correct answer.
Woo!
Yes!
Iceman and
Killing.
Top Gun.
Yeah, I knew it, man. I was like, damn, don't say Val Kilmer.
One
He
of the
was-
5.
He was Iceman in Top Gun. He was Doc Holliday in Tombstone. He was one of the 5 to play Batman. He was in Heat with, Bobby and Al. And yeah, and funny enough, I didn't realize this, but he actually played the voice of Kit in the new
Yeah, I
Night
did-
Rider.
I
Yeah,
knew that.
it was supposed to be was that the Amy Poehler's one of the guys, was it Will Forte? It was supposed to be one of those guys
Will
from
Arnett.
Saturday Night Live, or I think Amy Poehler's husband, but then he couldn't do it because he was doing commercials for Ford or something like that. I can't remember, but it ended up being Val Kilmer. Yeah.
Okay.
Long story short, too late. Go.
All right, Joe and Lorenzo, you're up. 2-1, ladies. America sure forgets their sweethearts quickly. Here I am getting chased by 2 Toms. This Sally was hot to trot. Just ask Jim Morrison. I had angels falling out of the sky just to be with me. I guess it was when I tried to be sexy in the cut when my career went against the ropes. It's been slow for me since, but hey, go back in the day, you'll see. You used to call my name in your sleep. Say it again.
Meg Ryan.
Yeah.
Meg Ryan is the correct answer.
Yeah. All right. We're in there. We got it.
All right, ladies. I almost bit the big one in the crib on Christmas. And I know what most people say, but going to the Big Apple isn't all it's cracked up to be when your problems follow you. I wasn't so lucky in '91, but I did get to kiss my girl. Stupid bees.
Oh.
I guess as I got older, being the new Richie Rich wasn't all that fun, so I took a break. Still took the time to get saved with Mandy Moore. Other than that, though, I'm pretty low-key. If you see me in the street, though, for the 1,000th time, my name is not Kevin. It's really what?
I know it. You got it?
Macaulay Culkin.
Ah!
All right, Macaulay Culkin is it.
I love Saved.
He
I love
actually
that
does some of
movie.
the voices
That was a good film.
on what's the claymation thing that
Robot Chicken. Yeah, Robot
yeah,
Chicken.
Robot Chicken.
I didn't want to mention that. I was like, that
Yeah.
wouldn't be sweet.
You know he used to date Mila Kunis,
Mila Kunis.
hmm
like for a really
Yeah.
long time.
He messed that up.
Yeah,
He really
seriously.
messed that up.
He messed it up by being on drugs.
All right, guys. Some people just can't see through the fog. You think your situation is messed up. My own family tried to kill me. I showed my breast to Billy, and he barely noticed. I even got a chance to resurrect my life and relive my teens, and I fucked that up too. I thought I could be sexy, but I could barely entice my husband. This fish keeps secrets, but I don't like being lied to. But hey, I'm still forever young. Bring it, Mike. What's my name, Biatch?
Oh my God.
Can you repeat it?
All right. Some people just can't see through the fog. You think your situation is messed up? My own family tried to kill me. I showed my breast to Billy, and he barely noticed. I even got a chance to resurrect my life and relive my teens, and I fucked that up too. I thought I could be sexy, but I could barely entice my husband. This fish keeps secrets, but I don't like being lied to. But hey, I'm forever young. Bring it, Mike. What's my name, Biatch?
What's my name? Biatch. I'm stuck, Lorenzo. I'm gonna throw out a guess. You got a guess?
Well, how good is your guess?
I'm not very good. I don't know.
10 seconds.
What's my name, Biatch?
Yeah, that's what keeps getting. Like, that's a line that I know I've heard.
5, 4,
Ah.
3, 2, 1.
Jamie Lee Curtis. I don't know.
You actually got that in at the buzzer.
Oh!
Jamie Lee Curtis was the
Oh my
correct
God!
answer.
You
Her
did say
family-
you said a fish, right?
Yeah, well, I was thinking Fish Called Wanda.
Yeah.
And
Fish
I was
called
like,
Wanda.
And I was like, I'm just gonna throw it out there.
Well, you know, her family tried to kill her, Michael Myers.
Yeah, and then
Yes,
she
bring
showed
it.
her breast to Billy and Trading Places. Yeah.
Well, and then she did Freaky Friday.
Freaky Friday when she tried to
Freaky Friday, right.
resurrect her life. Yep.
That
All
was
right.
a
Good
hard
job,
one.
Joe. Way to save
And
it.
that was really good. That was really good. Okay. Ladies, 81 credited projects. I have done 81 credited projects. Wow. You wouldn't think that to hear people talk about me. I was there when Peggy Sue got married. I was even at the honeymoon in Vegas. I guarded Tess, and I even escaped The Rock. I played a bad guy who turned into a good guy, trying to stop the bad guy. I know it's confusing. To me, too. My career has been great. I'd consider myself a national treasure 2 times over. But even I know your career can be gone in 60 seconds. Still, I ride on. What's my name?
Nicolas
it.
Cage.
Nicolas Cage is correct.
Man, you left out Fast Times.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I thought about that. But you know, he's 81 freaking movies, dude. He's done.
Yeah, I know. He's been around.
Ride On. Why do we have to include that? Why do we have to acknowledge that as a film?
Because that was
We'll have a discussion about that another time. But it's a great movie.
that was the beginning of the end for him anyway. All right, guys, I'm hot. How hot do you ask? I'm so hot that dead people can't leave me alone. Ever heard of the phrase "worth $1 million"? Yep, you guessed it. That hot. I'll show you young girls how to work a pole, and then I'll go kill me an angel, or 2, or maybe even 3. Tell me I still don't got it. My exes got with me, and I made them more famous. Please, this love glove is golden. Say my name.
Demi Moore.
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
Demi Moore is correct. All right. What we got? We have 2 more.
What's the score? Do we know?
The guys have 4, and the ladies actually also have 4. Well,
No.
I'm sorry.
What?
Ladies
No,
have
they
3.
don't have
Ladies
4.
have 3. Ladies have 3 because
Wait.
the guys stole 1. The guys stole one, and the ladies. Well, no, the ladies also stole one.
No, they
So
didn't.
it's three.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah, yeah.
did.
The
We
ladies
stole,
stole Renee Zellweger.
no,
They didn't
you
get the
thought it
reality
was,
bites,
you
right?
thought it
No.
was no. Yes, we
They
did.
did.
Yeah, they did.
We
They got
did.
Renee Zellweger.
We
Johanna
did.
got it.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So it's 3-3. I knew I was right. It's 3-3.
All
Okay.
right.
All right. These ones are tough. Okay. All right. I'm gonna flip it. Here. All right. So, ladies, hot chick number 1, hot chick number 2, hot chick number 3. There was a time when I was everybody's hot chick. I'd like to think that I'm a pretty talented actress, but Hollywood keeps throwing lemons. So you know what I did? Well, I didn't really make lemonade. I showed how to lose friends and alienate people when I got into a fight with my director. But we mended fences in time for me to kick some ass. Well, not me really, but I do look good in yellow. I'm not a fighter personally. I prefer to eat my adversaries whole. It just goes down better. I went from chilling in the coolest car to no lines in a music video. At least I've still got a nice body. And time to make up for my mistakes. I'm not taking the train to Zeroville just yet. This bitch still has a future, damn it. Who am I?
Jeez, there's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
Isn't there?
Molly, I'm so sorry. Can we hear it one more time?
All right, sure.
Thank
Hot
you.
chick 1, hot chick 2, hot chick 3. There was a time when I was everybody's hot chick. I'd like to think I'm a pretty talented actress, but Hollywood keeps throwing lemons. So you know what I did? Well, I really didn't make lemonade. I showed how to lose friends and alienate people when I got into a fight with my director, but we mended fences in time to kick some ass. Well, not me really, but I do look good in yellow. I'm not a fighter. Personally, I prefer to eat my adversaries whole. It just goes down better. I went from chilling in the coolest car to no lines in a music video. At least I've got a nice body. And time to make up for my mistakes. Not taking the train to Zeroville just yet. This chick still has a future. Damn it. Who am I?
Yeah, I really. I would say my guess would be Megan Fox. What do you think, McKenna?
I was thinking maybe Alyssa Milano,
10 seconds.
but
I'm gonna go with Megan Fox,
5.
but I might be wrong.
4,
Megan Fox.
3. Megan Fox is the correct answer.
I was like, please pass.
Oh my God, Johanna, you're the rock star of this game for sure.
The ladies lead 4-3.
That was
Guys,
awesome.
Guys, you have to get this one or else you will lose. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. People like me. For some reason, they thought I was funny. I mean, really funny. I guess it was those 4 years I spent doing improv on Saturday nights. I played the sidekick for a while next to the Sandman in a lot of his stuff, but soon I got to shine, and shine I did. I was a hot chick back in the day. Even spent some time as a male escort in the U.S. and abroad.
I know.
Still, I never forgot my roots, and I stayed busy, helping my main man Sam find love going on 50 first dates. I stay busy just like a grown-up should, and I wouldn't say my career is washed up, but hey, they'll find me funny again, or my name isn't blank.
I think I got it, but say it again.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
All right. People like me. For some reason, they thought I was funny. I mean, really funny. I guess it was those 4 years I spent doing improv on Saturday nights. I played the sidekick for a while next to Sandman in a lot of his stuff, but soon I got to shine, and shine I did. I was a hot chick back in the day. Even spent some time as a male escort in the U.S. and abroad. Still, I never forgot my roots, and I stayed busy, helping my main man Sand find love going on 50 first dates. I stayed busy just like a grown-up should, and I wouldn't say my career is washed up, but hey, they'll find me funny again, or my name isn't blank.
Rob Schneider.
Yeah.
Rob Schneider is correct.
Malik, that's
Oh,
so funny.
oh,
That's
nice.
who I thought you were talking about for ours, because you kept going hot chick, hot chick, hot chick, and I was like, Rob Schneider? That's so funny.
That's great. You know what? I really did. I took a while like going through these actors' movies and trying to figure out which ones made sense, but you know that you guys had seen, but maybe not as maybe weren't as popular as like I didn't want to say Transformers with
Mhm.
Megan Fox, or else I know you guys would have gotten it.
So it's all tied
So
up
it's all
now.
tied up. It's all tied up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come up with another for our weekly. Anybody of our listeners for our weekly, I'm gonna come up with a tiebreaker question for the four of you guys, and so McKenna, you're gonna have to jump in next weekly for the tiebreaker question to see who wins.
A cliffhanger.
Yes, we will leave the show. We will leave this part on a cliffhanger.
Same agent time. Same agent channel.
Station.
So for our last segment, I really wanted to have some fun with this, you guys. So, um, and I really wanted you guys to really take an opportunity to really delve into your own imaginations and resurrect the best people that I know yourselves. So part four is entitled "You Live Again," sort of. So it appears that there's been a clerical error at Heaven Hotel. They've made a mistake and they took you out ahead of schedule. They've got to fix their blunder, which means you'll have to be returned to Earth to live out the rest of your days. To apologize for their error, Hotel Heaven has offered you the life of your choosing. Just say the word and it's done. It's been 5 years, so it's a little too long since you've been gone, so obviously you can't go back to your regular life, and you can't look the same either. But the choice is yours. What do you come back as? What will you do as your second chance at resurrection? So let's start with Joe.
Oh, don't start with me. I'm still trying to hash it out in my head. Go.
All right. So we're gonna go to Lorenzo.
Well, like, so I had some questions on this one about like time frame. One of the things that I wanted to know was whether we could do kind of like a quantum leap thing and go back in our own lifetimes. I think you said that was illegal, which it was too bad because I was really looking forward to coming back as a woman and maybe having some sex with myself. I thought that I thought that that would be great for both of us,
For
both
both.
me and me, because I mean, I think there was that Seinfeld episode where they talk about like, knowing the equipment or whatever when they're talking about like what side you play for, and I think there is some truth to that. That like, men know men's equipment, and so if I was to come back as a woman, like I would know how to please myself for sure. Um, and then also,
So you'd have to come back as a woman that you're attracted to, right? You'd have to come back as a
yeah,
woman that
definitely.
Lorenzo likes.
Definitely, absolutely, Malik. I would definitely come back as a woman I'm attracted to. Maybe Katy Perry. Come back as Katy Perry. How
You're gonna have to
great
put your
would that be?
That would be amazing.
That would be awesome. So yeah, like definitely would think about coming back as a woman. I have a theory that I think women have get more pleasure from sex than men. I could, I could be wrong, because I really don't know, but it seems like they might. Um, I think that yeah, I'd be interested to find out. Of course, I don't. I mean, and I also think that women have it not easier than men, but they definitely have like a lot of advantages. And coming back like in a woman's body with like my male brain, I think that would give me a huge advantage in like many different situations. Um, yeah. So on the other hand, I don't know if I would be like willing to give up my like my male body parts. So I would definitely be like between. So if I couldn't come back in the past, and so like if there was no way that I could have sex with myself, then I would probably go ahead and come back like in the future, and I think I would just do it all over again. I think I would just come back as like a kid. We talked about this, the idea of coming back like being a baby, but like having your head, like having your own brain. It would be kind of freaky, but I think it would be kind of fun, and I think it would be great to go through childhood again, knowing everything that I know now, and like, yeah, I think if I had it all to do over again, you know, even if it wasn't my own life, but another life, I think I could have a lot more fun. I think I'd be able to handle social situations a lot better, and I think that I would be able to, you know, and then all the stuff you learn, like all the experience you have, like, just as an example, like, you know, like sexual experience, like I could really like do well with the ladies, you know, as in high school. That'd be kind of awesome. And it would be totally legal too.
It's true. It would be.
Yeah.
You could have sex
No.
with teenagers. Your brain is you know, is obviously an adult, but you know that's not what the law says.
Yeah, a dirty old man in the body of a 13-year-old. How great would that be?
Well, that's great. That is you know what? It's so disturbing, but it's still great nonetheless. McKenna, how about yourself?
This is gonna sound weird. I actually think about this all the time. I don't know why. Like, it's one of those thoughts, you know, those like recurring thoughts that you have when you're like in a really tranquil place, like if you're falling asleep or like on an airplane, like, and you just kind of let your mind wander. I always think about what would happen if I could like go back and like do my life over with my knowledge now. So I guess this kind of lends itself to what you're talking about. I also, going off of what Lorenzo said, I would go back as a kid in like first grade because, and this is the weird part, I think it would be so much fun to mess with the kids that are not grown up like minded, because I like and in weird ways. So like, for example, I kind of know how to play the piano. So I would be this little first grader who would be able to play pretty complicated pieces on the piano, and I think it would be so fun to like, you know, go over to a friend's house or something and play their piano and be like, watch what I can do. And I would play this like really complicated piece, and they would be like, whoa, whoa, and then like have their parents come over and be like, McKenna can play the piano, McKenna can play the piano, and I'll be like, I don't know how to play the piano, I don't know what she's talking about, she's lying, and like make her get in trouble. Like, I don't know, I think that would be so fun. Or like have there be like a moment where like I'm doing like really complicated math, and like my parents come in and they see all this like math on the whiteboard, and then they like kind of like do a double take and I've erased it all, and they're like, no, she doesn't know how to do that. Like, I think that would be so funny to like hide the fact that I was this grown up in a kid's body. So that's what I think I would do. I think I would go back and just like, and then maybe there'd be like a day where I do like the big reveal, where I like let people know that I'm like I have the mind of like somebody who has attained a bachelor's degree, but I'm like a 9-year-old, and they like put me through college and I get on Ellen. Maybe that's what'll happen. I don't know, but I think that's what I would do. I think that I would like use it to like become this spectacular like oddity, and to just make fun of little kids.
McKenna,
I can do it.
You are living the dream because you already are a spectacular oddity.
Oh, well, thank you. Hey, how do you guys know that I'm not just that I didn't already do that?
Yeah, you're like an 85-year-old lady.
Maybe I'm already like a 45-year-old who like knows what it's like, and really I'm just reliving my early 20s in my crappy apartment.
If that's the case, you messed up somewhere.
Thanks, Joe. I appreciate it. God. Yeah, so that's right. Mine.
No, I really like that one too. I think you'll scare the living shit out of some people though.
It would be so fun, right?
You'd be having a blast, but to everybody else, it'd be a horror movie.
My parents would be going out of their mind.
They would be like, what the hell is wrong with this kid? She just did trigonometry and erased the entire thing and is acting like she didn't do it. I think you'd get tested. I really think.
Do my home, but see, as I would pretend I would like do my homework, and like I'd be like out playing, and they'd be like, McKenna, you have to do your homework, and I'd be like, I already did it. And like they look at it and it'd be like perfect, and they would be like, "What? Do this in front of me." And I'd be like, "I don't know how." Oh, so much fun. So much fun.
That would be cool.
Just to fuck around with people, not to like save the world or stop climate change.
I wouldn't be any smarter than I am now. It's not like I would have like.
But you could develop it over time. It's
guess
cumulative.
so.
So you're starting off with that amount, and then you go up, 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 up.
You know what, Johanna? I would probably do that too, but at first, like the first couple of years, I would just fuck with people, and then they would like, I would have like the big reveal, and then they would be like, "Let's send her to college again for free."
Nice.
And I'd be like, "All right."
All right, Johanna, you're up.
Speaking of going to college for free, so I really had to think about this. I had to reflect on the various regrets that I have in my life, things that I have woken up in the middle of the night crying bitterly about. So for me, I think I would come back as Swedish, and I would enjoy everything that socialism has to offer and partake in the fika, which is a period of afternoon snack that the Swedish have in the middle of the day, and I think it's glorious, and no one can do business during the fika hour. It's pretty awesome. So
and you'd be white.
I wouldn't necessarily be white, but
I
probably.
think you have to necessarily be white.
I don't think I necessarily have to be
I
white.
think you necessarily have to be white.
No, there are lots of non-white people who live in Sweden, Lorenzo.
Yeah, but they're not Swedish.
What's the
They
population?
are-
I was gonna
what
say,
are you
what's the
even
population
talking
of native? We've got to find out then. What's the population of native-born Swedish that are not white? Like what's
Okay,
the
well,
percentage?
we're talking Swedish citizens versus native-born.
Is it
I
just-
think all the
it's like your-
native-born
it's
Swedes
like
are.
your dad, right? Your dad is like an Anglophile, isn't he?
Oh my God.
You are your father, Johanna. You've become what you despise.
I
Oh
have
my
not. I want to be Sweden. Well, I like to live in Sweden, not because they're white. Anyway, you're interrupting. So, two of my favorite groups is Robin, who is a Swedish singer, and Röyksopp, which is like this Norwegian electronic music group. So
And
once in a while they play. Yes, they're both white.
what?
Are you
That's
gonna
not
let me
ABBA.
talk, or are you gonna talk about how you want to do yourself?
I just got that image out of my head, Johanna. I didn't want it back in. Okay.
I'm so
Lorenzo,
sorry.
you're so
I was
good.
provoked.
Oh, Katy Perry, you're pretty
Yes,
good.
Lorenzo, keep going.
You're the hottest guy in the world, Lorenzo.
You're not so
Oh,
bad
no.
yourself, Katy Perry. You got firecrackers out of your chest.
I'm sorry,
Shit.
Johanna.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on.
Oh man. I'm sorry, Johanna. That was that was great. So we'll get back to Johanna. We're gonna let her finish her part. Joe, how far are you along with fleshing out
It's
your
not
idea?
so much fleshing it out. I mean, like, I think everybody missed the boat here. I want to come back with some money.
Hold on a minute.
All right, so
Hold on a minute. Am I
But
being
Johanna-
skipped over?
no, you put
for a
yourself
long
on
time.
mute. No, go ahead.
Sorry.
Go
It
ahead,
sounded
Johanna.
like someone was trying to break into my apartment. So
Oh,
Oh
okay.
shit.
there was
That's
like
pretty scary.
it sounded like yeah, but
Did you
it's
pull
just
out
my
the nine?
cousin. You know that that's how we do.
Yeah, so you
I
got it.
did have a knife in hand, but there was no one out there.
The Swedish, was it an IKEA knife?
You made a big knife.
I have an IKEA knife.
That was a good one.
Does it say out like Campbell, you wasted your money?
Okay, Johanna, go ahead and finish.
Okay, so my two favorite groups, right? Sometimes they play concerts together. So I would wait for them to have another concert, and I would get there very early and I would stand all the way at the front of the stage, like just right up of it, because the last time that I saw them in concert, I fucking gave up my spot at the front of the fucking stage. And I stay up at night sometimes, and I say, why did I do that? Why? Why didn't I bring some power bars like Joe told me to? Like, you know, I see all these pictures taken from, like, the spot I would have been in. So I can't make that mistake again. I need to save my life. And that's what I would do with my second chance.
Way to set the bar. And you set the bar pretty low as far as I just want to go back to that concert that I went to like before. But that's good. But that's good because that means that you don't have much. You clearly don't have much that you're missing. So your life is pretty cool the way it is.
Yeah, pretty much.
Joe, how about you finish us off?
Yeah, I mean, I think my life is pretty cool the way it is, but you know, it's lacking something.
Money.
So, you know, when I come back, I'm gonna have some money. Okay, so there's no doubt about that. I'm gonna come back. I would like to come back as a professional athlete, but see, here's the thing, Malik. I was thinking, so we would come back in someone else's body that is not dead, obviously.
Right.
So we would be taking over that body,
right,
or
that person's
coexisting.
That person's.
Because then, what happens to that person that's in there?
What the fuck does it matter?
I'm just asking because I'd like to know.
Don't worry about it, Joe. Don't worry about it.
Anyway, all right, I'm coming back as an athlete, basketball or football preferably. And I don't want to do 162 games of baseball, so I need my extra time off. So I'm coming back as an athlete. I want some money. I can get everything Lorenzo mentioned because I'll have all this money that I'll have to spend. I can fly to Sweden anytime I want.
But you can't go back to that concert. Maybe you could, actually. You wouldn't want to.
No, I wouldn't want to. I just go to Sweden because they have tall 6-foot blondes there.
One of them might be Johanna.
I'll have like an asymmetrical haircut and like wear all black, head to toe.
You go the goth suite. I guess I don't know.
Hey,
Would you be a baseball player?
Hey, you know what though? You got to be careful, Joe, because you might accidentally sleep with female Lorenzo. So you gotta watch out there. You run the risk.
If I hook up with Katy Perry, then I'll know.
There you go.
You know what this
I'm gonna rock your world, Joe, because I know the equipment, buddy.
Why is this chick getting on my nerves?
I'm gonna make you roar. I'm gonna be your teenage
dream.
Teenage dream.
I'll be like last Friday night, man. This chick met this chick at the bar. No. Yeah, I'll know. Katy Perry gets on my nerves. I'm like, damn Lorenzo.
Devil's advocate.
You're my dark horse, Joe. You're my dark horse.
But yeah, definitely. I definitely want some money, and I want some freedoms of and then if of course I'll take care of my family. Send them stuff anonymously, but and just keep living the new life.
You say you're gonna be a baseball player?
No, I said I didn't want to be a baseball player. As much as I love baseball, I need the extra time.
What are you gonna be?
That football and basketball give you.
Basketball, they play a lot of games in basketball.
Yeah, but they get a lot of time off during the week too.
Be a soccer player, Joe.
Man, I don't want to be a soccer player. I want to be big in the United States.
You could be big in Sweden.
Huh?
You'd be big in Sweden. Johanna would definitely come and see you on a regular basis.
Do the Swedes have a football team? I don't even know.
I'm sure they have a national team.
Yeah, Sweden. Yeah. National team of Sweden.
They probably play Dancing Queen at every game. I don't know.
What the fuck?
Or Mamma Mia or whatever. Yeah. Athlete, money, freedom to do what I want.
What about you, Malik?
It's funny. I didn't even think about it. I was spending so much time building out this agenda that I really did not think about it for myself. I don't know. Maybe I'll come up with something and I'll post it somewhere. Because yeah, I'm actually something just because you guys came up with some really really good ones. I would have liked to have come up with something that could go along with it. But
Now, would you come back as a black person?
uh probably not. Just because I would want to know what the experience is like, coming back as someone else. So probably not. I mean, I don't know. That would be a very interesting question, though. I definitely would come back as somebody with, just like Joe said, somebody with a lot of money. Um, Probably come back as like a movie star or something like that. Like
That was my second
somebody that
option.
does movies or something.
My second
Somebody that's
option,
in.
too.
Yeah, I think I would want to do that just so I could be in films and make $20 million a show. And
Come
all
back
that
as
good
Brad
stuff.
Pitt.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, to sleep with Angelina Jolie every night would not be a big problem. That would be
It's too old,
very,
Malik.
very
Too
nice.
old. Gotta come back as a younger guy.
I'll come back as a young Brad Pitt and just get with her before she gets with Billy Bob Thornton, so I can have
Yeah, but-
crazy Angelina.
Well, now you're doing Lorenzo's thing, going back in time.
Quantum
That's
Leap.
true. Yeah.
Jamie Lannister.
I was hoping that we could be like anybody, like fictional or non-fictional. I was like ready, man. I wanted to be Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
I was ready to go.
I-
That's who I wanted to come
McKenna,
back as.
I was thinking Indiana Jones too. When I first read the question, I was like, Indiana Jones.
Really? That's exactly
Yeah.
what I thought. I was
Totally.
like,
Oh my God.
Anybody? Indiana Jones.
You might sleep with Katy Perry too, McKenna.
No, never.
It makes
Oh,
me come back
God.
as anybody Harrison Ford has ever been.
Well, Harrison Ford, you heard what happened to him, right?
What?
He was in a
His
plane crash
airplane
today.
Oh
What?
no, really?
Yeah, I mean,
He okay?
he's
Holy
not dead,
shit.
but he's critically injured.
Holy
What?
shit!
Wow. Did not hear about that.
Yeah,
Well,
Was it like one? Was he like flying? Was he one of the?
yeah. It was
one of
one.
those things?
He landed the plane or crashed the plane on a golf course.
He thought he was all Air Force
What?
One.
Soon, Lorenzo.
We went to Lorenzo to make a joke about this great
You're in the
actor.
ICU. Oh man.
well, look. We all hope that he comes out of it. He comes out of it fine, and he's able to. I hope. And did he already finish? And this is gonna
Yeah.
sound like
Oh
did he
yeah,
finish
yeah,
Star
that's
Wars?
release. Did he finish Star Wars?
Did he finish Star Wars yet? Because I'm definitely I'm definitely questioning that.
They didn't mention that.
Okay. All right. Well, hopefully get better soon. Get well soon, because you got more movies to make. You got more. Han Solo, unless you die in part 7 of the movie, which could happen. You got some more movies to make for your fans out there. So, or else we're gonna have to resurrect you. So, with that, I'm gonna end the show. Before I go, I want to thank everybody thank you guys for your participation and for really delving into the questions. And I also want to give a big shout out to my good friend M's of the Future. I think you guys remember he gave us one of our intro musicals.
Yeah, the original one we were
recently,
using. Yep.
So the one we're going to be using for today's show, the one I'm going to be using for today's show is actually from him as well. It's going to be the intro and outro music. So if you guys want to check for him, he's got an account on SoundCloud. You can check him out. It's EMZOFTHE Future. So M's of the Future. You can find him on SoundCloud, and he's also on Twitter and Facebook. I mean, I believe he's in the process of building his page on Facebook, so I wanted to give him a quick shout out. And also, lastly, wanted to shout out Mtume Gant, who was a guest on the show a couple of months ago on the Indie Show, along with Chelsea. His film Spit was just selected for the new Voices in Black Cinema Film Festival at BAM Cinematech. The announcement just recently came out, so I wanted to give him a quick shout out, let him know we're definitely paying attention to what you got going on. Congratulations, and can't wait to see the finished product. I actually recently went to a what was it? A fundraiser for the film, and they had a giveaway, and they showed a clip from the film, and there was a Q&A session with Mtume. Was here in the city. It was really like I went last minute, but it was really nice, and so I'm really happy to see everybody doing well. So that's it for tonight. For Joe, Johanna, McKenna, and Lorenzo, I am Malik. We are the Agents of Helm. Have a great night, and we will see you next week with McKenna's first show. Her first show is coming, and it's the musical show, and so I'm going to be watching some musicals, and I know my wife's going to be happy about that. I know my wife's going to be very happy to hear that. So have a great night, everybody. See you soon. Peace out.